Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades, friends, people I don't even like. Republicans are still crazy. That's it. They're just still nuts. For them, it is between a weird, bobble-headed, can't really talk, stand, posture properly, socially awkward Ron DeSantis, a neocon like Nikki Haley, who just I don't know, man. She's just like seriously, you know, Vivek Ramaswamy had a really good, accurate description. Kind of like Dick Cheney in high heels. I guess you could kind of. It's an accurate description. I mean, when he said it, I was like, that kind of resonates with me. I don't care about them. Or crazy sociopathic Trump, who, if I can be completely honest with you, isn't looking like he's as at least less dangerous than Trump. I mean, less dangerous than DeSantis. DeSantis is seeming a little bit less dangerous than Trump, given the fact that Trump most recently has made it very clear that he's going to be a dictator. Dictator on day one. Who believes that? Who believes that Trump's just going to be a dictator on day one? Who? I don't. That being said, we got some videos to look at. You know what I'm gonna do? I want to take a look at DeSantis and Haley first. How about we do that? We'll start with Haley because she came in third, surprisingly. I thought she was going mollywop Ron DeSantis, but he held on to second place in Iowa.
I wanted to see your
That's a good thing.
on the cause of the Civil War.
I mean, I think it always comes down to the role of government and what the rights of the people are. And I will always stand by the fact that I think government was intended to secure the rights and freedoms of the people. It was never meant to be all things to all people.
To hold slaves?
Government doesn't need to tell you how to live your life. They don't need to tell you what you can and can't do. They don't need to be a part of your life. They need to make sure that you have freedom. We need to have capitalism.
And if it's 1880 and you want to have the freedoms and the rights to own slaves, government should allow that. Right, Nick? Right. So, you got that bozo.
South Carolina, she was the #1 ranked governor of bringing the CCP into her state. She wrote a love letter to the Chinese
so
ambassador
weird.
saying how great a friend China is. You can look at it. We put it on our website, rondesantis.com. There's also a video of her as governor standing in front of a Chinese flag with a Chinese business saying that she now works for them, talking about this Chinese company. So she's been very weak on China. Now, here's the problem. The rhetoric is different, but her donors, these Wall Street liberal donors, they make money in China, and she will cave to the donors. She will not stand up for you.
15 seconds, Ambassador.
She will not stand up for you. Yo, why does he do that? Yo, I don't know anybody who doesn't notice that weird bobblehead thing he does. So you have her, or you have him. I mean, nobody. I mean, either way, they lost, right? Nobody thinks that Nikki Haley. Nobody thought Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis. Maybe their supporters did. I don't know. Thought that they had a real shot of beating Trump. I think Chris Christie points it out really well that this was a candidacy run for 2028. Who's going to be the front runner in 2028? And that's because looking at the field, the way that the voters want it, I mean, I think it's like something like 67 or 76% of Republican voters want Trump, either whether or not he goes to jail or not, which is terrifying when you think about it. Nuts when you think about it. I personally don't understand. This is why I started with Republicans. They just fuck it. You know what? You're gonna take this whole thing and just shoot it. Just shoot it up. Shoot it to shreds. Shoot the Constitution to shreds. Justice to shreds. Care about our international public perception. Tear that to shreds. Just screw it. Kiss it goodbye. Trump has openly said he's going to be a dictator, and y'all are jacking it. What? Anyways, let's move on to Trump's victory lap at the Iowa caucuses. Loser. This guy's a fucking loser.
Well, I want to thank everybody. This has been some period of time, and most importantly, we want to thank the great people of Iowa. Thank you. We love you all. What a turnout, what a crowd. And I really think this is time now for everybody, our country, to come together. We want to come together, whether it's Republican or Democrat or liberal or conservative. It would be so nice if we could come together and straighten out the world and straighten out the problems and straighten out all of the death and destruction that we're witnessing. That's
Really?
practically never been like this.
That's what you want to do?
It's just so important, and I want to make that a very big part of our message. We're going to come together.
Who believes that Trump wants unity? Like, who believes this? What crazy world do you live in where you believe that Trump wants unity? Guys, that's what he wants. The dude who literally called for Mark Milley to be killed. He wants to murder drug dealers. He's gonna build a wall to keep Mexicans and other South American immigrants out, and he's gonna make Mexico pay for it. Who thinks that Trump would de-escalate the Israel or Palestine conflict? Who believes this? Sorry guys, I just got a message from a coworker.
Together. It's going to happen soon, too. It's going to happen soon. I want to thank some of the great people. We have so many senators. If I go through every name, we'll be here all night, and everybody's going to get angry at me. But the senators, the congressmen from Washington, they came down from all different states. I want to thank you very much. I want to congratulate Ron and Nikki for having a good time together. We're all having a good time together. And I think they both actually did very well. I really do. I think they both did very well. We don't even know what the outcome of second place is. And I see Carrie Lake. Congratulations, Carrie. Very good. I spotted her, I have to announce, because she's terrific. She's going to be a senator, a great senator, I predict, right? You're going to be a great senator.
Nick is not. Carrie Lake's
I
not
also
win senator.
want to congratulate Vivek, because he did a hell of a job. He came from zero, and he's got a big percent, probably 8%, almost 8%, and that's an amazing job. They all did. They're all very smart people, very capable people. I think most importantly, I want to thank my incredible wife, First Lady, I'll say.
All right, so Trump trying to give him an off-ramp, pretty much in a nutshell. Come, kiss the ring. Don't let daddy smack you with it. Hey, bitch, don't make me ball this. Come, talk nice to daddy, or you know what's gonna happen. That's ultimately what I'm noticing. Nobody in their right mind believed that Trump was gonna lose Iowa, especially with the way Iowans were talking. That being said, interesting article in the AP. Trump leads GOP rightward march and other takeaways from the Iowa caucuses, where Trump pretty much smoked these dudes. Donald Trump's iron grip on the Republican Party has been clouded. This is by Nicholas Riccardi and Brian Slodzisko. I'm butchering that. Sorry, guys. But Washington AP, Donald Trump's iron grip on the Republican Party has been cleared since the day he announced he would make another run for the White House 14 months ago. It can be seen as the party's ideological shift even further to the right on cultural issues, especially on immigration policy. Iowa Republicans were a clear reflection of that Monday night, delivering the former president an emphatic victory. They channeled his anger and his views that basically everything President Joe Biden has done has been a disaster. About 9 out of 10 voters said that they want an upheaval or substantial change in how government operates, according to AP Votecast, a survey of more than 1,500 voters who said they plan to take part in the caucuses. It's a clear-cut win. As clear-cut as his win was, though, Iowa has not historically played the role of kingmaker in Republican nominating process. New Hampshire's voters don't take their cues from Iowa. Now, that we know to be true. But if you go out to middle America, where Iowa kind of is, where a lot of the heavy base is, not New Hampshire, it's not the heavy base where Republicans make their bones, out in the Midwest and Iowa areas are. And if Iowa's an indicator of what the rest of the Midwest feels, or rest of middle America feels, then we know that they kind of have a good indicator about what the other states are going to do. I mean, nobody is confused about this. You know? Nobody. Now, here's my takeaways from it. Trump was the incumbent from the start. He spent most of his time in court, not really rallying in Iowa like he would maybe in other swing states or other places. The primary for New Hampshire is next week. Trump is going to want to win that, because if Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis actually pull away with that state, I can see them thinking that they have some wind in their sails. I don't think Trump's going to want that to happen. Plus, Trump probably hates being in cow corn country with farmers and all that other stuff, because he's an elitist piece of crap garbage who doesn't like working class people, and I don't understand what working class people believe in him. The Supreme Court hearing, though, for Trump to be, I guess, that Colorado, New Hampshire ballot, the Colorado ballot, that the Supreme Court's going to be taking up the case where the Supreme Court will be taking up the case that involved Trump getting kicked off the ballot. I think that's February 8th. That hearing is. South Carolina is February 24th, where they'll be trying to win the state of South Carolina. And I don't see how Trump doesn't win that state. Nikki Haley has to win that state, or I'm pretty sure she's out the race if Ron isn't all but out the race by then. And then you got Super Tuesday, March 5th, where we are going to hear and decide who's going to be the Republican nominee. So not a lot of time. Trump is smoking them in short of an apocalypse where the entirety of electoral politics is now officially over. Trump is the Republican nominee. Period. Democrats are trying to do something over their side. With the three candidates, I think Cenk and Marianne and Dean Phillips. I don't know, maybe there's some hope for these people. I personally hope Cornel West is on the ballot on the independent ticket. But it's looking murky. 6 out of 10 people want substantial change in Iowa on how government works. 4 out of 10 voters are worried about immigration in Iowa. 3 out of 10 want to just do away with the federal government as it runs today. All this in Iowa. 6 out of 10 don't trust the DOJ at all. But surprisingly, 2/3 of these people think that the economy is doing okay, or their finances are okay or getting better. If Iowa is an indicator of how the rest of middle America feels, then yes, we kind of know what's going on. But aside from that, I think y'all know how I feel. Polls aren't really a huge deal. I'm pretty sure there'll be some polls that'll be close to hitting on accurate, but for the most part, we know what places like Iowa. It's like Trump being on Colorado, getting kicked off the Colorado ticket. Nobody's really tripping because Colorado is probably going to be a Democratic state. Most of the time it is. So, again, I love you. Please like, comment, subscribe. It helps me with the algorithm. Please comment. Tell me how you feel, what you think. I appreciate you guys for coming back. Please help a brother get up to 100 subscribers. We are still attempting to climb that ladder, that that insurmountable number of 100. You have people getting to 56,000 and 13,000 and 150,000 and even a million. Help a brother get to 100. Come on. I know y'all like me to some degree. I know at least some of y'all like me. Most of y'all like me. If you've been subscribing to this channel, I'm pretty sure you like me to some degree. But yeah, I appreciate you. This is gonna be a wild election year. I got a couple of good videos coming up on some candidates. I'm glad that we took some time off because we didn't waste our time with a bunch of candidates that had no shot in hell. Oh man, that Vivek Ramaswamy video didn't age well. Again, peace and love. Thank you guys. Much respect. I'll see you guys on the next one.